And I believe I'm live. That looks live. You guys live? I'm live. I'm also Don. It's late. I'm up. Hi. How the heck are you? Welcome back to Mad Max Weekend. Furiosa's at the box office. So I thought we would watch three of my favorite Mad Max movies. Last night, or 2 nights ago, we watched Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior. There was a whole thing with the Mad Maxes. It had some real Star Wars retcon. How New Hope all of a sudden became at the beginning of Star Wars. Like my whole life, it was Star Wars. Then later on, became Star Wars: A New Hope. That's how Mad Max was. It was Mad Max, and then The Road Warrior, and then Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. And there was no explanation for that middle one having a different name. And then eventually they went back and made it Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior. So, anyways, enough of my ranting about that. Welcome, Mr. Bones. Dance for me one more time. I might. Boy, I am so overexposed. I'll be dancing my butt off on these internetings. Earlier today, I was on Pugwall 316's channel. He and I watched Reefer Madness together. That was a fun stream. Lots of wacky silliness going on there. Last night I was on Cinephile Sanity TV, where Sean and Juno and Russell and my tag team partner Larry, the horror cat dad, still available to be voted for horror YouTuber of the month on Jason JK Ginger Ninja's channel. Anyways, and then the night before, I had done Mad Max, The Road Warrior, and then the previous to that, I did Into House. So I am just overexposed. There's too much of me. So we're gonna have to cut me off. Although on Tuesday, be on Mr. Bones' channel once again, watching another film. What the hell is it called, Bones? I already forgot the name of it. I looked it up earlier so I'd remember it, and I already forgot it. Oh, let's see here. Corey is here. Welcome, Wilkie. Nice to see you, buddy. He's been a regular part of the crew lately. It's nice to have you here, man. Boo, you're still alive. I was worried. Yeah. Earlier during the stream for Reefer Madness on Pugwall's channel, the tornado alarm went off. First, the tornado alarm went off out the window, and then the one came on, the National Weather Service one that makes your phone ring. But then there was a strange noise I could hear outside, and I was asking Matt. I was like, "Is that at your house, or what is that other noise?" And he's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." Apparently, someone pulled the fire alarm when they freaked out over the tornado alarm, but the fire alarm didn't go off in my room like it's supposed to, so I kept hearing it outside. So it was a damn debacle, but luckily it blew by in like a half hour and I survived. I didn't end up in Oz, unfortunately. But thank you for your concern. Let me see here. We don't need another bad dragon. We don't need another bad dragon. Echo in here singing Tina Turner right off the bat. Welcome, Echo. Cha, 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 cha. Echo Zero in the house. Speaking of in the house, Sarah Campbell up at this oddly hour, 2 a.m. trying to catch up on work. Streaming will keep me company. Well, I am glad you are here. Sarah usually doesn't get to join us because she goes to bed like a normal person. But it is currently 12:19 here in Central Time. So 1:20 Eastern and 2:20 where Sarah is. So people be popping. But welcome, Sarah. It's nice to have you. Mayanne is here. Hey, everyone. Welcome the Queen of Horror herself, Mayanne. Hello, Forever Queen. Thank you for joining us today. Earlier, you and Lay were both there, and Bones. All the crew was hanging out. Hey, Bones. Hey, Location. Everybody's saying hello, LOL. What the hell is that movie called? Final Stab. Fatal Knife. I don't know. I can't remember the damn name of it. The movie's name is D's Nuts. My flashcards are all messed up. I'm all disheveled. Team Meow all the way. Cat Dad? Tina Turner was the one true queen. Yeah, I thought since we talked a lot about Mad Max and all the Mad Max stuff on the Road Warrior stream, I was like, what are we going to talk about this time? We already went through Mel Gibson's filmography and stuff. So I was like, oh, Tina Turner is going to save us. We're going to have a lot of Tina Turner talk, I'm sure. But we also need to talk about Master Blaster. Master Blaster's cool as hell, right? And Barda Town and the whole concept of Thunderdome, the damn cage match that looks like the Elimination Chamber, and the whole thing where he goes off into Gulag and he finds those kids living out in the weird canyon, and they got the whole lore about Captain Walker, all that. There's, I don't know, some crazy stuff. So we'll get to it. Hard to read that. You need a Sharpie. I do need a Sharpie. You know what I do have? Spork. Spork Army Unite. You too, Echo Hater. Who's a hater on what? Everybody's just saying hello to each other. But tonight we're going to be watching this on Max once again. They've got them all there. So after we watch this one, at another point, we'll be watching Fury Road. So be sure to keep an eye out for that. Then we'll take care of the trilogy minus the original one. This one I dig. I was mentioning on the last stream that the first one is right after society collapses, right? So it's got like still things still popping up, like a town still exists, and there's a police force, and people can get ice cream cones. Like society hasn't collapsed. But then by the second one, like it's pretty much outlaw, crazy world with everybody just living in their car and wearing leather, and it's gone insane. By this one, like new little societies are popping up. So we go to this town, a barter town, and we meet people and see like little governments springing up and stuff. So this one's a wild ride. And it's the last time Mel Gibson played Mad Max. How dare you watch Mad Max without an actual expert on the name Max? Welcome, Max. Group hug in the shower. Yeah, I should have consulted you, actually. Please don't be mad. Let's see. If Tina Lester Case Mike's name, there would be no Tina Turner. Good point. I don't know what Tina Turner's real name is. Let's find out. Anna Mae Bullock. So she would have been Tina Bullock. Never mind the Bullocks. Dog Bullocks. Hey, Max. Yeah, so Max is in the house. We got Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, and it's playing on Max. So this is Max Appreciation Day. Welcome to Max Memorial Day, everyone. Speaking of Max Memorial Day, today is 12/20, or it's past 12, so that means it is Memorial Day. So happy Memorial Day and day off work to a lot of you, and salute to all the soldiers. Freedom isn't free and all that. So obviously we appreciate your service, and we appreciate you giving people a day off. You guys are awesome. Let's see here. The Feral Kids were great. Yeah, I do like those kids. Captain Walker, Mrs. Walker. Yeah, they have that part's awesome. Brother Max of the Shower Hugs World Order. Anarchy in the Thunderdome. Group hug in the shower. The video game Max is very good. I've never played Max. The three Maxes. We're maxed out. Anyways, it's 12:23. I think we can go ahead and start this. Like I said, I'm going to watch this on Max. So if you want to put it on Max and watch along with me, you can. Otherwise, watch along at some other point. But I've got it all queued up, so I'm going to press play here in 3, 2, 1. All right. So the little scrolly bar is going. How are you guys tonight? Everybody good in the chat? A lot of folks here. A bunch of people popping in. Oh, they skipped the HBO fanfare business. They go straight to the Warner Brothers logo. I wonder if that's because it's a Max thing or not. Max, can you answer that for us? One of you? Kennedy Miller presents Mel Gibson. What's your guys' favorite Mel Gibson movie? It's got to be, Lethal Weapon, right? A lot of people like Braveheart. Braveheart's probably right there. Some folks like Maverick. I'm not a card guy. I would have to say this, Braveheart, and Lethal Weapon are his big three, right? Cue the Winged Boglin is your favorite Mel Gibson movie? Not watching, but listening and chatting. Well, yeah, a lot of folks know this movie like the back of their hand. They've seen it a bunch. I watched the first one a ton when I was a kid. Just got home from watching AEW. Oh, you did? Oh, how'd that go? I didn't even realize they had another thing going on, a pay-per-view going on. I'm a sucker for Signs. Oh, yeah, Signs is a creeper. A lot of folks do like it. You like it better than Lethal Weapon? A lot of folks didn't connect. I think you maybe have to be of a certain age to kind of connect to Lethal Weapon the way some folks did. Braveheart's probably his best acted movie, I would guess. I like Ransom. He's good in Ransom. But yeah, I'll probably go Lethal Weapon, Braveheart, Mad Max, because he doesn't have much to do. He just kind of stares. Tom Hardy didn't have much to do in Fury Road either. He just kind of looks cool. Signs is good though. I got some Signs peoples. Russell loves some Patriots. Oh, in honor of in the day. Yeah, I'll give you that. That's a good one. That's a good call. I won't pick on Patriot for today. Good one, Sarah. The water has some amoebas in it. The water has amoebas in it? It does have amoebas in it. Double or suck once again because the owner of AEW is a crackhead. Yeah, Tony Khan definitely appears to be on some sort of stimulant of some sort. I don't want to be legally actionable for calling him any names, but yeah, he appears to have a sinus issue. Lethal Weapon is better, but rewatch Signs more. Yeah, actually, Signs is probably approaching Lethal Weapon. Lethal Weapon had such a run, like in my teen years, where everybody loved it, and it was always on cable, and it was like a huge brand. But Signs is probably fun. It's interesting. I like the trapped on the farmhouse thing, and I like him maturing into like an older dad role. So here we start off with a low push in on a plane, and we see it's the Aero Captain from the second one, and he's got a son with him now. And it makes me wonder: did he have that son with the lady from the second one, the one who's got like the ponytail, like Deb from Napoleon Dynamite? Who that baby mama? Swing on me, Marie. Yeah, he'd swing away. Joaquin Phoenix, I think that's one of the first movies. No, he was in a bunch because he was in that one with Nicole Kidman, did To Die For or whatever. He's good in that too. I like the Lethal Weapon trilogy, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I never saw the Lethal Weapon trilogy from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Echo Zero likes Payback. Yeah, I still need to watch Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Folks tell me it's awesome. Always been a Maverick fan. It blew up at the time. It was super popular, made a bunch of money. They were all excited for Maverick 2 and all that. But I don't know. It was never my thing. I'm not much of a card guy. So who the hell has a pet monkey? I forgot there was a pet monkey in this. Before I said I watched the first one, that's erroneous. I watched the second one, Road Warrior, a ton, because it was always on cable. And then later on, I went back and watched the first one, Mad Max. And I didn't enjoy it as much because the production isn't as big and the world isn't as crazy and all that. This one I watched a handful of times, but I didn't like it as much as Road Warrior. But the segments I remember so well. Bartertown and the whole Master Blaster stuff. So here's is this Max? Yeah. He's walking along a desolate road with no shoes on. And he's got the crazy hair. He looks like Feral Kid now. Ah, the tables have turned, Max. Let's see here. Payback was a good movie for Mel. Yeah, I liked Payback too. I also need to go back and watch Conspiracy Theory. I remember that one being kind of crazy and wild. And at the time, I thought it was all over the place, but I'd like to watch it again. I bet I would like it more now. I was watching Death Proof again today, Don. You like Death Proof, huh? It's a fun one. It's a good one to put on and just hang out with those people because they're cool. But then the whole car chase stuff is just so wild. A lot of Death Proof uses camera work from the Mad Max films. George Miller's photography in all these movies ends up getting taken for all the good car races or car chase scenes. Bartertown, helping to build a better tomorrow. Society is totally falling apart. People are using wagons and horses, and gasoline's a luxury people can't afford, bro. Dang nabbit, it's rain again coming from us. It's raining men. My dad always watched We Were Soldiers, but my mom loves Braveheart. We Were Soldiers I only saw once. I remember enjoying it, but Braveheart was such a big deal. He was like all those awards, and I think that's when he really proved he was a good director. I think, what was it? The Man Without a Face was maybe his first movie, or was it Forever Young? He directed one of those and then learned how to do it good enough where when he directed Braveheart, it became like, a huge deal. Loved him in his earlier film, Tim. Yeah, that was way earlier. That was before even Mad Max. You ever notice Mad Max and Lethal Weapon link? No, I did not, Echo. Please clue me in. We Were Soldiers is great. Keep tapping that ass, tapping that ass. Yeah, feel free to tap that like button, ass, please. Clap those cheeks. Who tapping ass? I don't know. I just looked up and they were clapping asses. I don't know, Lamone. Please get to the bottom of this. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Yeah, the whole Bartertown fight in the Thunderdome, and then once again the crazy characters they have in this. This scene here where Mel is trying to barter with old buddy, it's totally stolen in The Force Awakens. Like when she goes to trade whatever piece of scrap for how many food packets. That's like a complete. Even the dude looks like the dude kind of from Force Awakens. Yeah, Mel totally looks like the feral kid in this. That's what you get. What goes around comes around. Death Proof Chick-fil-A. Lemonade, all right. Braveheart is a great one. Freedom, damn straight. What about Passion of the Christ? He wasn't in it, but as a directing, I believe Braveheart and Passion of the Christ, and then Apocalypto. That's when he kind of really moved into like big time heavy hitter territory. But then after he went kind of crazy, not so much anymore. I don't really get some of the designs that people come up with to live their future life as. Like I can understand it'll get like the spyglass, the like jeweler's glass, because he's looking at stuff. That makes sense. But at what point do you like, I need a giant peacock mohawk, or I need a little weird mask on a stick to ride out of a backpack so it looks like I always have a head above me. A lot of strange fashion choices made in the future. Mad Max is unloading his arsenal before he enters Bartertown. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guns, it looks like. Crazier says the jumper in the first Lethal Weapon Mel handcuffs him to was the guy at the end of Mad Max. He leaves to a truck right before it blows up. Oh, I didn't realize that. The whole saw thing. You can cut the chains, or you can cut your own leg. The real battle was fought on the bridge. Oh, for when we were soldiers. Love how he reads the meme stuff. LOL. Yo, I was just saying that to myself. They used to play the Patriot on TV a lot when it first came out. I really don't remember it though. Yeah, all my friends loved it, and I ended up watching it with some of them, like a group of guys. And I remember thinking it was super corny, just over the top. I know a lot of folks like it, but I don't know. It's not totally mine. He's laughing. The Scottish guy used bagpipes as weapons. There's old buddy, the gyro captain. And height. Hobbs Horror. Hello, welcome, Hobbs. Hello, folks. Hope you're doing well. Cheers to Depeche Mode. Damn straight. Hobbs, everybody's welcome. Hobbs. Hey, Hobbs. Enjoy the silence. I will. Hey, Hobbs. Hey, Hobbs. So much Hobbsin'. It's a real hubbub. So now this like one of the things I liked about Fury Road is they figured out all the cool stuff that worked, particularly in Mad Max and this one. So here we see like the side of a cave, or like the side of a cliff that's been hollowed into, like a mining town kind of deal. And there's these like, elevators, and they've plugged in lights and stuff. So it kind of gives you the same feel of what's his name, Moten Joe or whatever from the Fury Road. Like this is kind of the same deal as his lair. But then you could also tell they liked the whole tanker truck chase from part 2. So they make sure to use that in Fury Road. Fury Road's a bit of a greatest hits compilation, but it's pretty damn awesome. Where do you guys rank Fury Road in your favorite car chase movies? Better than French Connection? Better than Ronin? Better than the Fast and the Furious movies? A lot of good car chase movies. Feel free to weigh in the chats or the comment. Gosh bless you. Oh, the old blind saxophonist sumo samurai man. Not that old bit again. So here's Queen Tina. And she's got the crazy shoulder pads made out of chainmail, the wild 80s hair. Full on point. This set's pretty awesome with her raised up and the light coming through, and it almost looks like the inside of on the old Super Friends cartoon when they show the Legion of Doom and it'll ride up out of that scrubbing bubble. Like that's what her lair looks like. It's got like two big eye windows. Play something, Tauntaun. Play something tragic. I think that's what all of us aspire to, right? To just eventually be so powerful we have our own blind saxophonist on cue. I need Skoa. Oh boy, let's see what the chat is up to. You guys are all sorts of stuff going on here. Italian song for Thunderdome plays over the speaker system at a work on daily service. Sometimes I'm overthinking about Tina Turner. Yeah, I imagine so. I had read that she did 2 songs for this movie. The We Don't Need Another Hero that everybody knows. And then she did the one, oh boy, what's it called? I never remember it. They play it over the beginning. And let's see here. Oh, it just says stuff about her name. Where is the soundtrack? See, I still can't think of the damn name of that song. It's One of the Living, and that's the one that plays over the opening titles. But We Don't Need Another Hero is the one everybody knows. And then they made also for the soundtrack just an instrumental version. So now Tina pulls a crossbow on Mel. This movie's single-handedly keeping the crossbow industry alive. And Mad Max, there was literally, I think, 4 crossbows, some on the wrist, some regular ones, a variety of crossbows. Tina's got the small handheld one. I still have no idea what kind of holster you have for that or how that works. Let's see here. Parts of his body are in 4 corners of Britain. I don't know what that means. Greetings and salutations, Professor Macabro. Welcome, my friend. Oh, are you talking about Braveheart? Yeah, now I'm back on track. Death Proof, Professor. Welcome, Macabro. You've seen Tina 2 times. Great shows. Wow, I'm jealous. You got to see Tina twice. Here she's explaining to Mad Max how she would do anything to protect the town. She's what's her name? Auntie. Where is it? Anti-Entity. That's why I can never remember it. She plays Anti-Entity or Auntie-Entity, let's say. And you can tell she like cares about the town, but it's like a political conundrum. You know, she cares about the people so much she might do like bad, oppressive stuff or whatever. She also likes power. Melt looking crazy since the last movie. When we last left him, he tried to help these folks get their gasoline away from their little circled wagons deal they had going, where they were being attacked by the Lord Humongous and all them. So after that, after everybody pretty much died at the end of that one, and the good guys got away with their gasoline, and Mad Max was left with nothing but a truck full of sand. So apparently he was out walking with no shoes on. I don't know how that turn of events happened. Professor, Blues Brothers has the best car chase scene through the mall. That's a pretty damn good one. Invasion USA has a ripoff of it. That's almost the same scene. But yeah, Blues Brothers through the car or through the mall with the police car is pretty awesome. I really like Italian Job. Yeah, that's a good car chase scene. You're right. A bunch of those are good. Especially with the Mini Coopers. Ronin is pretty damn good. Mr. Bones. I don't know. I think I still might go Mad Max, though. Folks are saying hello to each other. Everybody's saying hi to the professor. Yeah, it's nice to have you here, Professor. Russell says, yes, he agrees with the Blues Brothers. Mayan says, yeah. Love the chasing Bullet with Steve McQueen when the stunt guy hit the ditch and broke his back. Yeah, that's an iconic one. The Bullet one with the going over the hills in the streets of San Francisco kind of thing. So there we see Master Blaster for the first time. I love Master Blaster. He's basically like, what's his name? Krang or whatever from Ninja Turtles. The little guy's the brains, obviously, but he doesn't have the brawn to accomplish what he needs. So the big guy's the brawn, but he doesn't have the brains. So the little guy just rides around on the big guy's back. And Tina Turner explaining how Master Blaster runs the underworld. The underworld is like where they have all this pig crap. And they make meth down there, like methamphetamines. They make meth gas, and that's how they power barter town. So the little dude controls the economy basically with his ability to produce energy. So Tina's trying to get Mad Max on board with getting Master Blaster out of power. William Wallace, yeah, that's what I was thinking about. Yeah, Braveheart. That's one may think one is badass, but one never compared to Master Blaster, right? Two men enter, one man leave. We don't need another hero. Oh, Hobbs is singing. Sing it, Hobbs. Hobbs karaoke. Yes, Hobbs, sorry, sing it live. I'm holding for a hero, though. I don't blame you. How very footloose of you. Speaking of footloose, we were just talking about the end of Mad Max. So there's that monkey I was talking about. That's what this movie needed. It was like, we need a small, like, what's the monkey from Friends? Pierre, Marcel, holding out. Yeah, I felt you. I was on board with you, boo. Loved your Venom costume, Professor. Professor's forever making cool stuff. Kang, thank you. Best chase scene is when Mac is in the car running from the dogs. What dogs? Are you talking about Mac and me? I'm always talking about Mac and me. Everybody in these worlds have like awesome names. Right now they're looking for Blackfinger. And Blackfinger got roller skates. Master Blaster is awesome. And then later on when Mel has to fight Blaster and we reveal what's under the mask. It's kind of a nice little plot development and the whole thing where you see the relationship of Master Blaster. And I feel like this is the most plot heavy of all of them. First one is pretty plot heavy, but it's more like beats. The second one has like very little plot, and then this one's got like a lot of machinations going on. But then that final, the final one, Fury Road, they intentionally like had almost no plot. They're like, this is just a awesome car chase scene. It's almost like a silent movie. I see once or twice I get the low internet bars. So if I freeze up on you or whatever, you know the deal. Also, Sunday night, middle of the nights are terrible with the internet reception. She's holding out for a hero and sugar cookies. And he's holding out for a bottle of Modelo. Love the unstaged car chase and the French Connection. Great. Yeah, that's another one that people often talk about with the greatest car chases of all time. Some people would say Death Proof, pretty damn good. Also, Vanishing Point. I never really liked the car chases in Gone in 60 Seconds. I thought they were all right, and I think they were great. Not compared to Ronin. I'm holding out for a bottle of Modelo. Yeah, you're the diary hero. Live long to see you turn into a villain. That's what happened to my old ass. Oh, no. Professor's the hero of all stories. The monkey brings Max some H2O and saves him. Yeah, I do remember that. Well, that's what I mean. That this has got so much stuff going on in it. The last one had the little feral kid, and that was the charm of the movie. Wes had his little biker buddy that rode on his back. But other than that, it was. I guess Ayatollah Rock and Roll are pretty cool. Lord Humongous. But this one is just crazy characters and all sorts of like weird plot structure. And they banish Max to Gulag. And then he comes back with his army of crazed kids who grew up after crashing in an airplane. Like, this movie's wild. Old Professor, you're not old like me. You're just on the expired side a little bit. You both are spry young chickens. Was that the same monkey from Contagion? I was wondering that. I was comparing them to Friends or Monkey Trouble. Y'all ever seen Monkey Trouble? Walk up to a group of strangers and just ask them that. Hey, y'all, you ever seen Monkey Trouble? I think this is the one I remember seeing a bit of. This one, yeah, this. They're like I say, the second one in the third or the Fury Road are both just damn near car chases. There's a plot in Mad Max or in Road Warrior, but Mad Max has a whole thing where he's a cop and then his buddy gets killed and then he quits the force and then they go on vacation and I don't know. It's got a plot, not so much just we're going to drive this way and then we're going to drive this way. But this one I think was co-directed. It was directed by George Miller and George Ogilvy. And it was written by Terry Hayes and George Miller. While Mel's getting beat up by Master Blaster here, let's what this little guy's name is. Angelo Rosito. Master has 100 credits. I knew I'd seen him in a ton of stuff. Dwarf actors get a lot of work if they're good and they don't get CGI'd out. His first film was The Beloved Rogue as Beppo the Dwarf. That was in 1927. Dang! While the City Sleeps, The Vikings, seven Footprints to Satan, One Stolen Night. He was in Freaks. That's what I knew him from. He's Angelino in Freaks. Okay. Tarzan the Ape Man, Dante's Inferno, Midsummer Night's Dream, The Stand-In, Child Bride, Mr. Wong in Chinatown, Wizard of Oz, Doomed to Die, Spooks Run Wild, Hell's a Poppin', The Corpse Vanishes, Reunion in France, The Spider Woman, Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves, Lady in the Dark, The Picture of Dorian Gray, Two Smart People Scared to Death, Sin of Harold Diddlebach, Samson and Delilah, Baron of Arizona, Pygmy Island, Bandit Queen, Front Page Detective, Greatest Show on Earth, Mesa of Lost Women, Jungle Moon Men, Dimension, Invasion of the Saucer Men, The Wild and Innocent, The Rebel, Pocket of Miracles, Magical Sword, Confessions of an Opium Eater, The Wonderful World of the Brothers Grimm, Requiem for a Heavyweight, there you go, Gunsmoke, Branded, The Cat, Man from a bunch of TV, Alex in Wonderland, Dracula versus Frankenstein, Mongo's Back in Town, Little Cigars, The Snoop Sisters, The Master Gunfighter, Starsky Hutch. We're still only in the 70s. Oh dear Lord. He was a voice actor in Lord of the Rings Ralph Bakshi cartoon. He was on The Incredible Hulk, Smokey Bites the Dust, Simon and Simon, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, Amazing Stories, The Other Side of the Wind. Wow, he was in Star Trek Next Generation. And then he what the hell? He was in a movie in 2018, but he passed away in 1991. So I'm assuming that's some sort of clip that they used of him. So shout out to Angelo Rosito, 1901 or 1908 to 1991. Let me see here. Not Contagion, Outbreak. Yeah, I felt I know what you meant. That damn monkey in Outbreak. Macaron Professor, you're not as old as us, still kicking. Yeah, Russell hanging in there. And May's 98. So yeah, I knew she'd pop in right away. Yeah, man, as old everyone here. You seen the Black and Chrome edition of Fury Road? I did. I really enjoyed it. Every now and then I'll get a tip off of certain movies that are good to check out in black and white. And I saw the Fury Road one. It's really good. I enjoyed it because it looks so crazy and futuristic with the black and white color scheme. But you can't release a modern movie in black and white and expect to make any money. They wanted to release the Mist black and white. So when you buy the Mist DVD or Blu-ray, it usually comes with a second edition in black and white. I didn't watch Justice League in black and white, though. I need to check that one out. Justice is Gray or whatever it's called. I did watch Jaws in black and white on my own. I just the color down. And it was actually kind of cool in black and white, dark and murky. But Max, did you see the Black and Chrome edition? Or did any of you guys? I know some folks were really into checking out the black and white versions of these movies. I think Laura will let me get to 100 soon. Oh, she's getting there. Canasta and green jello in the common room, right? Shuffleboard later. Watching JCVD film Survival more. Yeah, I was on, or I was hanging out in P. Rich's chat earlier, the Hatchet Boys. He was watching Lionheart. So before I came here, I was hanging out there while I was setting up lighting and whatnot, getting my light up earrings taken care of. It's not the age of the production, it's the mileage, and Lord knows the old professor has gone through some shit. including some BB goth chicks, Professor. Yeah, big beautiful ones. I danced with some hot goth chicks last night. Hubba hubba. What were you up to, Lamonia? Old farts are allowed to have any big goth chicks. Here, Tina Turner ascended down from her lair up in the sky. The whole Legion of Doom thing she was living in up above everybody. Her penthouse that looks down on everyone metaphorically. And she came down to Thunderdome and she like rode down on a chair. She looked like Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania and shit. So here we're getting a 360 shot of the inside of the Thunderdome. And this dude, this announcer, he sets it off. It's like a total circus atmosphere. He's got the big cane and he's doing the dramatic like Shakespearean reading, and he has the two gladiator babes with him. And that was damn near the death of us all. Look at us now, busted up, and everyone talking about hard rain. But we've learned by the dust of them all. Border towns learned. Now when men get to fighting, it happens here. And it finishes here. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. And everybody chants, 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. But it is cool how they're all like, it's basically just a giant jungle gym, one of those like domes that kids climb on in the park and stuff. And they've got everybody just piled up on top of it. So it's this like total surrealistic, crazy look. And they do this like wire foo, except you can see the wires instead of digitally pulling them out. They have like everybody on these crazy kind of like bungee cords. And they have weapons inside the thing. It's quite a spectacle. They don't really do this in movies enough, like have some big fight event, you know, unless it's like Godzilla versus Kong or whatever. Dying times here. You know him. You love him. He's Blaster. The crowd cheers for Blaster, and he comes in with his big, huge helmet. I wonder, Blaster was played by Paul Larson. Paul Larson is known for Altered States, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, and Kidnapping of a President. He was in Altered States, huh? He did 4 movies. The Kidnapping of the President, Altered States, The Intruder Within, and Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. I was looking for his size. I was looking for some dimensions because he looks huge. Nope, no info. We'll just have to pretend he's 9 feet tall, okay? This film is currently getting a 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb. That's pretty bad. It's mediocre. It's the middle of the road. It's 79% by the critics on Rotten Tomatoes, but 49% by the audience. So yeah, I think this is most people by the ratings. It's most people's least favorite Mad Max movie. Let me know where you guys rank this one. This one's probably my 3rd favorite. Fury Road and Road Warrior are right there. I like them both kind of equal. And then this falls whatever after those 2. And then the original Mad Max last. Death is listening and will take the first man that screams. Boy, they did write some hefty-ass dialogue for this, didn't they? So there they've got him strapped up on the funky bungee cord thing. This is a wild fight. Yeah, they need more of this stuff in movies. I enjoy futuristic gladiator nonsense. And it's an early predecessor to like all the stuff that we get now. Most people think it was Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon that made the whole wire foo. Matrix 2. Also, I should say. So they're just dangling around and being pulled. WWE needs a match like this. Just hang from the sky from giant rubber bands. And they're just, man, I can't believe we are at the 31:19 minute mark. So there's an hour and 15 left. So we're a half hour in and we're fighting in Thunderdome. That's pretty impressive. He gets Barter Town to start the movie, and we're right into it. This one tonight is an hour and 47 minutes, so it's just under 2 hours. It's pretty good. Let's see here. Making the Beast of Two Backs does indeed wear a body out. Yeah, the professor's old and exhausted from all the sex. That's the thing. Man says, nice Lamonia, right? You got pictures? Super envious Lamonia. Looking at Mad Max Fury Road in black and white looks badass. Oh, I never saw Logan in black and white. I bet that is a good one. Some movies you kind of get a feel that they might look cool in black and white. I bet Death Proof would look cool in black and white. Primarily because of the old cars and the scenery and stuff. It probably looks like an old 40s movie. Earlier, when this was all, Mad Max figured out that, hold on, I bumped this. Earlier, Mad Max figured out that Blaster gets, he's got hearing sensitivity. Like his weakness is he can't stand loud noises. So Mad Max has like this kind of like dog whistle-y thing that makes Blaster crash to the ground. And that's how he defeats him later on. So now Blaster got a big knife on a stick and he accidentally murdered someone in the crowd. Casualties happen. I wonder, I would say this, Death Sport 2000, Rollerball, Running Man. What are your favorite futuristic, the world's gone to hell and people are crazy in the future stuff? Future Sport? You guys like Future Sport? I'm not a fan. Robot Jocks. How about Robot Jocks? Robot Jocks feels like a kaiju movie to me, though. So Mad Max got a chainsaw, but the gas ran out. Run, Max, run. What kind of hero runs? Max, apparently. That was a dope backflip, though. And now he's got the, and he's cutting Master Blaster's bungee cords down. There you go. Now it's on. Oh, where was I? People today think if you're over 60, you're ready for the boneyard. Well, I'm over 60 now. Keep going. Not for long, but I keep going. Yeah, I don't. I think after I saw pictures of Ernie Hudson at 80 or whatever he is, I was like, oh dear Lord, yeah, no, none of us can give up now. And have you seen The Last Shark? I haven't seen The Last Shark. There's a black and white version of these movies. There is for Fury Road. I'm sure you can watch any of them in black and white just by adjusting the color on your TV. But some movies they specifically release in black and white. Fury Road, the black and chrome edition or whatever it's called, is that one. This one I don't know if would be good in black and white. This one's got a lot of futuristic sci-fi kind of stuff to it. I think the charm of Fury Road is that it's just like a chase through the desert. I have it, and Logan Noir is a good one in black and white too. Okay, yeah. So, did you guys ever see The Mist in black and white? I enjoyed that one. It looks more like a 50s like sci-fi movie in black and white. I still haven't seen Justice League. I wonder, but Justice League kind of looks kind of cool. Probably looks like a black and white comic book. So there, Max finally he pulled the dog whistle thing out and made Blaster crash to the ground, and then he took a huge Joker Harley Quinn size sledgehammer and busted his helmet off. And then when he gets over close to the dude, he sees he's like got an intellectual development disorder or whatever. At least that's what Wikipedia called it. Most people would just say he has Down syndrome or something. But it's supposed to be this feeling of like, well, he's not, forgive him. He knows not what he does. And when Max spares him, he like gives him a big happy smile. I remember that's kind of a dramatic ass scene. And the crowd is mad that Max won't kill him. And Blaster runs in and he's explaining, he's got the mind of a child. And there's this real like Rancor pit monster scene where like the monster's caretaker is like worried about his beast that he thought would never be defeated. And then Max says this wasn't part of the deal and looks up at Tina Turner, who keeps getting all these awesome power shots, these like low angle push-ins. She looks like the queen of the world. And Blaster says, what you mean deal? Our master says, what you mean deal? No more methane. This place finished. And she gives him the... He's awesome. And there she uses a little hand crossbow deal to shoot Blaster. And when he kills him, then it's like, you bastard. Can't we all just get beyond Thunderdome? No, I don't think I'll ever get beyond Thunderdome. Thank you for setting me up on that one, Professor. Did you know Chuck Norris built an apostle? He was born in full biography I'm watching. I did not know. My Chuck Norris overall knowledge is pretty weak. Chuck Norris movie knowledge is decent, but Chuck Norris the man, I just know when he does push-ups, he pushes the earth down, or other various acts that I may think aren't real. They even did a release of the first season of The Walking Dead in black and white. That would actually be kind of cool for sure because of the zombie movie feel of it. I bet all of the red out of it probably makes it give it a more textured feel. And are the comic books in black and white? Last Shark is hilarious. Or graphic novels, I should say. Yes, man, I have all the alt cuts of these movies in black and white. Oh, never knew. Yeah, there's a whole audience of people who really appreciate a good black and white film, but movies like Lighthouse or The Man Who Knew Too Much or a variety of other that they try to release in black and white, they often just struggle. Christopher Nolan's first movie was a black and white one called Following. Clerks is probably like the most successful black and white movie of my lifetime. If any short apocalypse happens, I'll bet your ass I'll be rocking a Mad Max attire. Well, that's what I mean. I've always needed I've been looking for an excuse to wear an eye patch or some sort of crazy leather vest with or get my face painted like a skull. That'd be a good look for me. Just walk around a skull, man. But when these folks have these wild ass like mohawks and then just all the insanity, I'm assuming it's just like the same way an animal tries to have like big plumage to scare people off. Like you just do something wild with yourself so nobody messes with you. Here's the Wheel of Fortune deal where Mel has to spin the wheel and he ends up in Gulag. Yeah, this movie clips along really fast. We're only 39 minutes in. He's already been Thunderdome and defeated Blaster, and they've killed Blaster, and now he's off to Gulag where he goes and meets the crazy kids from the plane crash. Beyond Thunderdome, above OG Mad Max, scandalous. Yeah. I enjoy OG Mad Max. I like the ending of it, but I enjoy seeing society broke down. This one in particular, like I said, I dig it. It's cool, but apparently it's not that well thought of according to IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes. Let's see what the money sitch was on this. It was made for $10 million, and it made $36 million in box office and rentals. Huh. So, I mean, that's a mild success. It's nothing like the success of Mad Max, which was like the most profitable, literally the most profitable movie of all time. It was in the Guinness Book of World Records at one point. Return on investment. And then Road Warrior obviously did well. So they've got Max on the horse backwards. They're going to put this big carnival head on him and send him out into the nowhere, the Gulag. They've got a big stick hanging over the horse's head with just a little vial of water to make the horse keep like walking like it's chasing a carrot, but instead of a carrot, it's chasing a water. Yeah, this whole stuff on the cliffside, that all feels like the Morton Joe or whatever his name is from the Fury Road stuff. BRB just slash you do live, hate to live at the same time. All right. Down's a better watch. Thank you, Lamonia. I appreciate that. Warriors of the Wasteland with George Eastman. I've never seen Warriors of the Wasteland. Yeah, alternate versions is why physical media matters for sure. Yeah, the variety of different cuts you can get and the presentations. So now they've got Master as a pet, basically, in the people who run Bartertown, Tina Turner's gang. They're going to lower him into the pig crap. Oh, no. And he gets attacked by the pigs. Not pigs, no. That's crazy. He's like the same exact height as these pigs' butts. It's terrifying. It's all good, broski. Let me see here. Oop. Thanks, Professor. I found it on YouTube. Let's see. I honestly think Stranger Things would be good in black and white. Stranger Things probably would be good in black and white. That's a good call for one that would be interesting. I wonder about like certain ones you'd have to see the contrast of, like something you would think of like a Friday the 13th movie or maybe like Halloween. You know, it's like, oh, I bet that'd be cool because the black and white would give it an eerie look. Or maybe like John Carpenter's The Thing. That might look cool in black and white because the original was in black and white. But sometimes the contrast or the darkness, it doesn't quite have the right amount of shading. Mental handicap is Blaster. I do remember The Mist in the black and white as well as the OG Nosferatu. Yeah, the original Nosferatu. The version I've always seen is in like multiple colors. Like it's part sepia tone or however you say that, sepia. But it's also like some of them are kind of like a bluish black and white. And some of the scenes are like straight up like grainy, old school black and white. There's because Nosferatu fell into the public domain, there's plenty floating around of that. Of course, Hobbs is always down with the good horror stuff. Chuck's first film by himself was Breaker Breaker. Hell yeah. I don't think I ever saw Breaker Breaker. I think the first time I ever saw Chuck was the Octagon. But then, what's the one? The Power of One. And obviously the Missing in Action films and Lone Wolf McQuade. And so the horse is collapsing in the middle of the desert, and Mel's gonna fall off the horse. He's on a horse in the desert with no name. Hobbs, love the OG Nosferatu. Beyond Thunderdome, totally 100% ripped off Strike Commando, where Reb Brown wakes up in Vietnam and all the people have a white face. Yep, true story. Beyond Thunderdome, totally 100% ripped off Strike Commando. Huh. Interesting. I don't think I've ever seen Strike Commando. I'm gonna have to check Tubi for it right now. Damn it! Strike Commando. There he is, Reb Brown. In the Vietnam War, an American soldier survives a botched mission with help from a group of locals who perceive him as a hero. Oh, the whole Captain Walker stuff is from that. All right, interesting. Did you ever see the South Park? I don't even remember what episode it was where they have like they do the Captain Walker, Mrs. Walker. Does Mel get a haircut in this at some point? Because on a lot of the posters, he has the old school Mad Max short hair. But as I recall through most of this, when he gets caught by they want him to look like Captain Walker, don't they cut his hair, I think? Because right now he looks like the feral kid with the boomerang from the old one, or the other one. Yeah, now Mel just walking through the dunes of the desert. Speaking of Dune, Professor, I saw Dune 2. I couldn't help but think of you several times watching it. Whenever it was particularly drab, I was like, oh, the professor would be so mad right now. Well, that was a short meal. Oh. Hey, don't hog the little guy. Professor, I need to watch later. We need a Sharknado black and white edition. Yeah, that would probably be good. Especially that scene at the end where the shark in and he takes the chainsaw and cuts through it. So I'd be interested in see that in black and white. Like something like Dark City, when I think about it, it's like, I bet that would be a cool black and white version, but that might be too shadowy and dark to enjoy in black and white. Because this one, I kind of feel like I don't know if it would work as well in black and white. Fury Road did, but I don't know about this one. Road Warrior would work in black and white. I don't know about the original Mad Max. I don't know. What if Anaconda was in black and white? What do y'all think? That might actually work. It might help improve the CGI. When I was watching The Mist, the weird alien monsters or whatever, in black and white, they looked more like 50s B movie monsters, and they looked kind of cool because they were sort of advanced and weird looking in black and white. So I think something like maybe the Anaconda in black and white might actually help cover up some of the awfulness. It might make it feel like King Kong, I would guess, is probably what I would think. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes in Black Edition? Hell yeah. I don't know. Just what if it was all in black and white, but the tomato was red? Just the tomatoes. Monochromatic or whatever. Love the old Canadian trucker film Highballin' with Peter Fonda and Jerry Reed, filmed in and around Oakville, Ontario. I've never seen Highballin', but I like Jerry Reed. So this is all Force Awakens 2. I didn't realize how much of this is here too. When Rey is pulling her stuff through the desert on a sled, this is the exact same thing that the woman from this little Lord of the Flies community the kids got going on here. She pulls him back on a similar deal. Didn't realize how much J.J. Abrams loved Beyond Thunderdome. Who knew? These kids got a crazy backstory. Like they're the survivors of a plane crash, and then their families or whatever, breeded and had kids, and they eventually died. And these kids were stuck there with this lore of the plane that crashed. And one day the captain will come back and save them, and all the crazy cave drawings and stuff. I don't know. This feels otherworldly and surreal. It's kind of dope. Oh, that's a great idea, Don. Which one, Dark City or the monochromatic tomatoes? John Franklin film reviewer. Hey, now I found me to a live show. John Franklin movie reviewer. Nice to see you here, buddy. Yeah, our guy John Franklin. This is welcome everyone. This is my first YouTube friend. When you first start YouTube, you're basically just like doing videos for no one. So John was the first friend I made here. He's good people. I'm glad he's here to other folks in the community can meet him. He's one of us. One of us. Speaking of freaks earlier. Welcome, John. It's cool you made it, buddy. That would be great. Red tomatoes. Welcome, John. Look at these kids and the Lost Boys from Hook come to mind. Totally. There was something in the 80s with the Peter Pan Lost Boys motif. I don't know what they all got on, but Near Dark has a little bit of Lost Boys kind of stuff in it. Peter Pan thing, like Can't Leave Neverland and all that. And then this has like a real kind of like Lost Boys tribe, like in Hook or whatever. Obviously, the Lost Boys is a Peter Pan reference. They go through phases. In the thousands, Alice in Wonderland got real big, and there was a lot of like Alice in Wonderland references running through stuff. I don't know, people fall in love with old school stories and try to incorporate them into theirs. Can you read me, Walker? Delta Fox X-ray. That old buddy here looks like Darby Allin. I like that he's got like there's even with the little society that's built up, there's like one little kid who's off on his own. He's like, I paint my face like a skull. I'm into voodoo dolls. Hey, John. Hey, I'm all on YouTube. I'm not familiar with. Oh, the trucker movie, yeah, with Jerry Reed. So there's where he's getting his haircut. Okay, because on a lot of the movie art, he has the short traditional Mad Max hair. I forgot they had to cut his hair so he looks like Captain Walker. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, sub to John. Yeah, our buddy John. You should check out his stuff. He's, like I say, he's one of us. He does film reviews. He's always breaking down rankings. He likes to rank the different series and stuff, Friday the 13th and all those. So, yeah, John's good people. I won't grow up. I don't want to go to school. Me neither. You're welcome. Yeah, folks here are good people. Captain Walker. So now the damn monkey that was back at Bartertown is with these folks, unless the future is just overrun with little monkeys. Monkeys. This also feels like a reverse Return of the Jedi. Like they captured him, and now he got caught in a snare trap where he's hanging upside down by his leg. Not the old reverse Return of the Jedi. Yeah, I always got Lord of the Flies like vibe from them. You know, they've built up their own society but they're children, so they kind of don't really know how to do stuff, and they worship weird, they come up with weird ideas and worship those ideas and things. They're very primitive because of their childlike minds. And Max is scared as hell of them. Like he'll fight anybody. He just got done fighting a monster in a cage, but he's terrified of these children. You guys look like Ewoks. Jerry Reed and Gator, Burt Reynolds. I remember Jerry Reed mainly from Smokey and the Bandit, the Eastbound and Down, Loaded Up and Shooting. So now here's the second zip line we've had in this movie. Very zip line heavy. You get my Joe Bob Briggs countdown. We've had one instance of Blaster Foo. We've had 2 instances of zip lines. We've had no boobs, 1.5 stars. Yeah, these are total Ewoks. You guys are going to get sued. And there is a bit of a, I don't know, what do you call it? Like an Avatar or a Fern Gully or all those famous stories. Him going out here to these primitive natives who have no weapons, and then they come and, take back Bartertown, overthrow Tina Turner. Little Blue Lagoon in there too. Little Blue Lagoon action. Welcome, John. Just be careful of this one guy here in the community that's obsessed with big booby goth chicks. That boy ain't right. Greetings and salutations. Everybody loves big booby goth chicks. Everybody. So here's where they start to tell the story. This whole thing's pretty cool. Where he bangs the gong and once again, this is Return of the Jedi, where he's telling the story, except instead of telling their story and recapping, this is I dig all this with the fake movie though, where he's made like the fake projector screen to look through and all that. Pretty cool. Yeah, and he's sitting there with all the kids like they're Ewoks. This is very Return of the Jedi. So you got to listen and remember. You got to tell the birth tomorrow. Yeah, they explain how they tell their lore from generation to generation. And she decided to go with like a giant, what is that, like an emu or something on her head? Left my ass off. Small movie punk chicks. Oh, there we go. And out of it were birth, crackling dust, and fearsome time. And Mr. Dead chasing 'em all, but one he couldn't catch. There were Captain Walker. And then the whole thing with they bring back the gyro captain and his weird son, which we still don't know where he came from. I like to think it's the blonde girl from the Road Warrior. The one who looked like she was on her way to aerobics class. So there's the broken plane, and the little kids all do the thing. Yeah, this is all very Ewok. Huh. Well shot. Like it was co-directed, so I would assume all the good camera shots are probably by George Miller, and then the stuff with the huge acting, like, because this one's got so much more a bigger cast than all the rest of them. Just between Bartertown and all the people here, probably need a good second assistant director or first assistant director. John says he'll look out. Yes, please do. Yeah. Macabro. So now they bust out the old viewfinder, what are those things called? The Viewmaster. And you can see the old cities. I think these movies are in a way where you can watch them without needing to see any of the others. Like you can watch Mad Max and it stands alone, and you can watch probably The Road Warrior without needing anything because they explain up front what happened. And then this one, you kind of have a vague idea. Like it's not so much a progressing story as it is like chapters in a man's life or whatever. Rescue party departed. Fit Captain Walker. And they have everybody's names. May God have mercy on our souls. And you see all the people that survived the plane crash. This is a great group to run. Oh, for sure. Best chat on the internet. That's the co-host of the show, is the fun people here. And they're all a bunch of late night folks, which keep me company. Hot stuff with Jerry Reed and Dom DeLuise is funny. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't realize Jerry Reed was in so many damn movies. I remember him on Scooby-Doo. That always blew my mind. Like, why the hell is Jerry Reed on Scooby-Doo? And then in, what is it, Smokey and the Bandit 3, he basically, well, he is the bandit or whatever, but unless you see Smokey is the bandit cut. So even the Captain Walker hat has like a bird on top of it because he takes to the air. We're ready. Take us home. He's like, oh, shit. I can't fly these crazy kids out of here. I don't even know how to play airplane. Always fun here. I have the Mad Max High Octane collection that has all the Mad Max movies and the black and white Fury Road and a ton of special features. That's nice. I didn't know that was out. Are they going to make a new one when Furiosa comes out, or are they going to just make an addendum one that matches it? I always hate when I purchase a box set, like you have the original 3 Indiana Jones, and it comes in that like leather bound kind of box set thing with the special editions 4th disc, and then Crystal Skull just like sits on the outside of it looking all messed up. Same with my Star Wars, like the original trilogies in a nice box set, and all the other ones I bought individually, so they all just look sort of weird. You gotta understand, this is home. And there's no Tomorrowland. Yeah, so there's basically your Peter Pan stuff. Instead of Neverland, they want to go to Tomorrowland. I want to know where all these kids are getting these skulls from. Like they're a large collection of human skulls. I would, I'm fun, but that's unsettling to me. Not as the host with the most. Oh man, you sweet thing, you. I bet. May Lay always being so complimentary and sweet. Let me see here. This is now they're just straight up lies going on here. Have you ever seen the footage where someone color clerks? It looks very legit. I saw, screen caps of it. I would like to see that. That'd be interesting. I'd like to see reverse of anything. I'd be interested in seeing color movies in black and white, and I'd be interested in seeing black and white movies colorized. The Lighthouse colorized? Is it still as creepy and weird? Show her not on this stream. We'll wait till we watch Boogie Nights. Jonathan Winters was funny on Mark and Mindy is Mork's baby. Funny man, for sure. Those damn kids are into some cannibalism shit. Damn kids. Well, that's why I keep calling them Ewoks. Like, because the Ewoks had the whole thing where they were into, like, they had the skulls and they were clearly cannibals and stuff. So as I recall in the plot, like some of the kids, after Mel says that he's not Captain Walker, some of the kids like go off on their own, and then Mel and a search party go out looking for him. But then they're out looking for so long, they get hungry and thirsty in the desert, and they end up in Bartertown. As I recall, there's the plane right there. This is all really cool shots. Like the silhouetting, and it looks like comic book panels. It's really neat. Everybody's shot like in low angle, looks like Dune or something. So much in Mad Max happens at golden hour. It's amazing. Okay, everybody, car chases are early in the morning or late at night, or as the dark starts to come. Those damn kids are in the family. Damn right. Are you guys watching Boogie Nights on the Boneyard? I don't even know what we're watching this week on the Boneyard, damn it. Let me look. I can tell you right now. This week on the Boneyard, we'll be watching, where's my list? Here, I'm clicking on my stuff. Kids, don't click on your stuff. You'll go blind. Laid to Rest. And then I also saved Chrome Skull, Laid to Rest 2. So if you guys have thoughts about Laid to Rest, give me a heads up. But I'm going to watch it for the first time probably tomorrow night, and then we're going to watch it Tuesday on Mr. Bones' channel. Usually around 9:30, 10 Central, depending on when we get going. Weather being clement. Damn, Don knew I was lying, right? Exactly. Thunder porn, for sure. I love to revisit this because I do remember not being able to get beyond Thunderdome. Thunderdome? I don't think I'll ever get beyond Thunderdome. Over Machu Picchu? I don't think I'll ever get over Machu Picchu. Let's see here. Laid to Rest is gory as fuck. Oh, you've seen it, man? Yeah, that's why Bones picked it out for me. He said there was some really good kills in there, and he asked if I had seen it. I never even heard of it. But the cast was decent. There was people in there that I recognized, though. I don't know. Let me see. Laid to Rest cast. Jonathan Schick, Lena Headey from Game of Thrones fame. Richard Lynch. Yeah, I'm already on board with this movie. Jana Kramer. Yeah, I'll check out Laid to Rest. So be sure to join me and Mr. Bones on Tuesday night on the Boneyard to watch that. I usually have a link to any guest appearances I do on other channels. There's a playlist on the front page of my channel, so you can always keep up with that. Like I said earlier today, I watched Reefer Madness with Pugwall 316. Last night was Alien with Cinephile Sanity. I was going to do this last night too, but man, I'm overexposed. After all the talking, I'm just too not overexposed in the way like for lay, but overexposed is too much me. So here's the part, where some of them have left and they're trying to figure out what the heck do we do. I expect a residual check in the mail for using my name so many times. We're maxed out. We're watching this on Max. It's Mad Max 1 and 2 and 3. We're currently at the, thank you, Max, for letting us borrow your name. We're currently at the 104.06 mark. There's 42 minutes left. So I'm assuming at the midway part is where we met these kids, because that makes sense. We talk about like in screen structure and storytelling structure, like use a midway point. You want to have some sort of twist in the story. So the first half of the story was Barter Town and all that. And the second half is here with these crazy lost boys. Don, love Laid to Rest and Chrome Skull. Films are bleeding gory. Daniel Harris is in part 2. Oh, maybe Joseph the Horror Guy. I'll drop by. I'll give it a watch. I like to see it before I watch it for the first time. Although I should probably keep my reactions original for Bones. I don't know. What do you guys think? Watch it for the first time with Bones or pre-scout it? I think I should pre-scout it. Laid to Rest is great. Its sequel is also great. Not the Collector Collection is also. They recommended the Collector and the Collection. Does it have anything to do with Laid to Rest? Like when I put it on Tubi and I added it to my list, they were like, you might also like the Collector. I saw the Collector, which was a good one. I never saw the Collection. Collector was scary. That's one a lot of people don't talk about. That's pretty damn awful. It's got like a good, almost Saw vibe to it, except not as complicated plot. For us, it's more gore the better. I know you do love some gore. Who was it? Jamie Hart was who didn't like gore. It depends, though. I think it depends on the plot. What do you call it? Dead was one of the best gore movies there are. Glad you clarified that. I'm here for you, Lay. The overexposure you need. Let's see here. I love the Collector and the Collection movies. Yeah, I don't know. The first one I enjoyed a lot. It was another creepy, weird one. I like the guy with the mask, like the leather, kind of weird. It reminded me of Blackout. Professor, yes, we are the same things. Open 24 Hours is gory with the Rain Killer. I'm familiar with the Rain Killer. Open 24 Hours, huh? Yeah, you guys are putting me on all these weirdo horror ones I didn't know. Laid to Rest. I already forgot the name of it. Laid to Rest was brand new to me till Bones brought it up. So Maybe I'm turning on a whole group of people into what a wild movie Laid to Rest is, and there'll be a huge Laid to Rest resurgence thanks to us. Sorry, I was confused. They have the main woman, the leader of the Lost Boys tribe, the Lord of the Flies crew. They got her bound and gagged. And there's the monkey. Is that the same monkey from Raiders of the Lost Ark? The Bad Dates monkey? All monkeys look the same to me. I'm speciesist. So here's where they wake up the next day and they realize some of them have left. They've gone. You got to get them back. So the kid with the skull face, his name is Screwloose. Everybody's got good names in this. Screwloose. Savannah and Gecko. And headed back out to the desert. This little girl's got no patience. Mel's wearing a kilt. All these shots are from Dune. We saw these already. Sorry, I'm getting caught up in watching this. This is actually really well directed. Like the color schemes and everything, the blue sky against the sand and like the sand dunes over Mel's shoulder and stuff. Like all this looks really awesome. It's got like a Lawrence of Arabia thing to it, right? The big, huge desert landscapes. It feels like it's humongous. Opens is on YouTube. So once again, Mel is trying to live or Mad Max, I should say, is trying to live his bad guy life. Like he wants to be like a Han Solo loner, but he keeps getting caught up caring about people. That's always his problem. So once again, he's got to look out for these kids. Last time he had to look out for the little hapless community getting attacked by the thugs, Vernon Wells and them. Caring. It's a downfall of us all, I say. The director of photography really gave his all. I do agree. The shots, like even like the kids are like covered in mud, kind of. So they have like an orangish look. So the orange and the blue, like naturally, those are colors that appeal to the human eye. Like most movie posters are in orange or blue, or orange and blue, kind of that aquamarine. And there's something about like the wide open, like the perfect sand that's been windblown, looks all smooth, but then there's footprints down the middle of it, so you can just track. Visually, it looks cool. I don't know. I always thought that back when I first saw the original Star Wars. Yeah, Macabro, you could probably feel me on this. You got here a little bit later. Do you remember before, like the same way Star Wars was Star Wars, and later on it became A New Hope, and they made the chapters? Like when I was a kid, I always remember Mad Max being Mad Max, and then the Road Warrior be Road Warrior, and then they did Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. And now they call the Road Warrior Mad Max 2 the Road Warrior. Like on IMDb, it's like that. Like whenever on Max, it's like that. It was never Mad Max 2 the Road Warrior, not that number. But maybe I have a Mandela effect and the professor can back me on this. Nightmare Cinema Anthology with Mickey Rourke as the projectionist. Great stories and great special effects are good. I never knew Nightmare Cinema. That's a new one to me. Mickey Rourke is the projectionist, huh? Sounds vaguely familiar, but I don't think I know it. Remember when on-set lighting was awesome instead of all the color-graded bullshit we goes nowadays? Yeah, digital changed a lot of stuff. There's a really cool shot. I'm walking in silhouette across the sunset. So much of this movie takes place in golden hour. But he's got a group of, 3 kids and all the water they can carry? Professor, I agree. Yeah, Professor, I know Professor in particular, the Denis Villeneuve lighting scheme isn't his style. Same with the Marvel movies. There are a lot of same, all the color in them looks the same. and that became like movies for basically 15 years there. Yeah, just like Raiders of the Ark now being called Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark was always just Raiders, but they needed to make Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, and the Last Crusade. That's one I was drawing a blank on. So yeah, they eventually made Raiders of the Lost Ark and Indiana Jones. They go back and retcon these titles and confuse the hell out of me. Find the two on YouTube. Oh, the Nightmare Cinema and the other one, Open 24 Hours. See, look at me. I'm remembering. Once again, these kids fell down a sand dune and they got caught in their like fell into the sand and they were, dying in the sand. Well, they lost one of them. And it's total Sarlacc's pit. Like they have to pull them back up. This was super influenced by Return of the Jedi. Whoever thought you would say that? Let me see. This was 85. Return of the Jedi was what, 84, right? '83. Okay, so there you go. Yeah, this had plenty of time to steal from Return of the Jedi then. Hard to believe that people were stealing from Return of the Jedi. So everybody camped out for the night in the blue, and this is what they do in Fury Road too. They go to this like blue filter where everything looks like night. It's basically, I'm sure, night, day for night, but it just looks like, I don't know, the full moon in the desert. It works better in this setting than it does in the woods, I would say. You guys pro or anti day for night? Most people hate day for night so bad. Mayan or other folks who don't worry about that kind of thing. When you record or when you shoot stuff in daylight, you can pull the color out of it or adjust the blues and stuff and make day look like night. You can't ever make night look like day because you can't put light back into things, but you can always pull light out of things. So a lot of times they'll shoot nighttime scenes in the day and then just color correct it to make it look like night. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's awful. Nate is here. Don Mega. Welcome, Nate, my friend. He just woke up. Did you have a good nap? Woke up from your night sleep and you couldn't go back to sleep. That's the service I provide here. Oh, you can't sleep either? Let's watch a movie. And I thank you all for hanging out with me. That's always the nice company. As I said earlier, the chat is always the co-host. And I'd appreciate it if you co-hosts would hit that like button, especially if you're watching on the replay. Most of the statistics, the analytics, I should say, of YouTube say that most people watch the replay, which always blows my mind. So there's Master in a little teeny pig pen cage. They got him down with the pigs still. The pigs didn't crush him. And our heroes are back at Bartertown because they're going to have to probably rescue Blaster, or Master, I should say. I always want to call him the other. The mohawk is the preferred haircut of the future, for sure. Like when society hits the, like when the crap hits the fan, everybody's just like, first day, I'm getting a mohawk. And man says, pat, 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 pat. And Russell says, hey, Pat. And Nate says, pat, 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 pat. Russell, yeah, it's good to have a crew here. We're getting the band back together. Now the kids are basically infiltrating the Bartertown, well, underworld, I should say, where they have all the pig crap and they're making methane. And the bad guys are figured out. This is all very Temple of Doom. Like the bad guys have got control of like the diamond mine or whatever. Pretty damn cool camera work once again. all this with like the back is filled with like steam and smoke and lit, so everybody looks like they have kind of this like earthly, like otherworldly glow to them. I don't know. The bad guys. Oh, one of the bad guys had an eye patch. He knew what was up. He's like, I'm not getting a mohawk. I'm getting an eye patch. This is the chance I've always been waiting for. And they're rescuing Master. Master, as we pointed out earlier, is probably most known from Freaks, the old Todd Browning black and white movie. So they've almost got Blaster saved now, or Master saved. I keep doing that. It's like Death Proof and Planet Terror. My brain just crisscrosses them. Let's see. I used to have a spiked purple mohawk years ago when I was into punk. Oh, you looked cool, Russell, with that. I never had long-term colored hair like that, like purple or pink or whatever. I started getting this damn silver streak in my hair for a long time, and it's brown in there. But other than that, never went with blue or red or green unless it was Halloween. So there he gets, one of the bad guys gets crushed under the giant slide down to it, and all the kids come rushing down. Very Goonies. This movie's a very hodgepodge. I never realized how much it took from other popular stuff of the day. Maybe that's why it's most people don't like it as much. But it's a crazy adventure. Hola, Pap. Hola. May, how's the fam, Chuck? Love Freaks. Pap, 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 Pap. Bones is here. He heard the Pap song. Silver Fox. Oh, you rawr. Pop quiz hot shots. What world would you rather inhabit? Desert world of Mad Max or water world of Waterworld? That's a toughie because they're both kind of damn near the same. Waterworld sucks because you're on water, but you can't drink any of it. There's that whole subplot where you drink his own pee and all that. So basically, you're kind of screwed either way. I think I'd rather be a desert because if you fell overboard, then you got to swim or drown, sink or swim. And there's lots of animals and stuff or scary ass stuff in the ocean as opposed to the desert. I suppose first time I ran into a black widow or something, I'd probably change my tune. Some sort of desert trap spider. I'd be like, never mind, I'll take the water. Right now, desert. That's a tough call, though. Roll the bones. Kids are sleeping. I'm doing my hair while watching the film, and hubby's on his way home from work. Ooh, uh-oh. May's doing her hair, and the hubby's on from work. Pop that champagne. Woo, woo. Waterworld was dog bollocks. That's bad. Thank you, Russell. I struggle with the bollocks connections. So here's Tina Turner. She's watching everything they got like a reverse periscope thing where she's got, instead of a periscope going up and them seeing what's going on, they have a periscope that goes down so they can see what's going on in Underworld. Pop quiz, hot shits. Lemonia demonia. Pap, 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 pap. Man knows what's up. Chick-fil-A. Yeah, this all feels almost kind of a Temple of Doomish with the kids and the running around in the mine underneath, and it's like this crazy escape gay wackiness. Yeah, this feels off like super derivative of other films at the time. I never really realized it that much, especially since Professor told me that the whole Captain Walker thing is taken from Strike Commando. Never heard of that until just now. Perhaps Beyond Thunderdome may fall behind Mad Max when this is all said and done, Professor. You may watch an actual ranking change before your eyes, people. The excitement at 1:45 a.m. Central, 2:45 Eastern, 3:45 wherever the hell Sarah is. Lemonade, all right? Yeah. May is better. Is your better half a cop? Yeah, that's him. I get a lot of compliments on my Mr. Bones t-shirt. I bet you do. You're the best model I've seen of anybody wearing any shirts on the internet. You're like, I got the Midnight Hour shirt. It was cool to see you in live action. Doing your Nate, I'm talking to right now. Have you been doing your going down to the local theater? And you have like a cool ass theater by you, and you used to kind of go do and show what was showing on the marquee, and they showed a lot of old school flick stuff. I've been coming by my stream. I didn't know if they were still going on. Lake keeps offering golden showers. I was wondering about the lemonade. I think she's talking about that Beyonce album, but I was trying not to think about it. Sarah's in Canada, eh? Yeah, I think she's the farthest, most eastern part of Canada, as I understand it. Left my what? Yes, he is, Russell. Yes, I can make a change. I can make a change. Oh, Professor's happy that he convinced me. Look at all the Hawks. Wow. So here, Tina Turner is explaining how Bartertown will live. She's basically like this female politician type. You pick your favorite female politician or least favorite politician and stick her in there. Tina Turner, born Anna Mae Bullock, was born in 1939 and died in 2020. She was known as the Queen of Rock and Roll. She rose to prominence as the singer with Ike and Tina Turner. She began her musical career with Ike in the Kings of Rhythm Band. I didn't know that. Under the name Little Ann. All right. Her first record, Box Top, in 1958. Fool in Love, It's Gonna Work Out Fine. River Deep, Mountain High Enough. Proud Mary. Yeah, I think we all know those. And then in 84, her multi-platinum album, Private Dancer, had What's Love Got to Do With It. That won Grammy for Record of the Year. And What's Love Got to Do With It was her only #1 song. Her chart success continued with Better Be Good to Me, Private Dancer, We Don't Know Another Hero, Typical Male, The Best, I Don't Want to Fight, Golden Eye. I didn't know she did Golden Eye. She embarked on the Break Every Rule World Tour and became the top grossing female tour of the 80s. So if you wonder who the top woman of the 80s was, it wasn't Madonna, it was Tina Turner. Turner acted in the films Tommy, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. We talked about that the other night. For some reason, we jumped ahead and did her biography or her filmography. Her life story was adapted into What's Love Got to Do With It, starring Angela Bassett. I always thought Angela Bassett was a good Tina Turner. If you got a better Tina Turner, let me know. I think Tina Turner probably should have played Tina Turner. But as far as Angela Bassett went, she's pretty awesome. Tina sold more than 100 million records worldwide, becoming one of the best-selling recording artists of all time. 12 Grammys, including 8 competitive awards, Grammy Lifetime Achievement, Grammy Hall of Fame. She's the first Black artist and first woman to ever be on Rolling Stone magazine. So she was the first Black artist and the first woman to ever be on. She's badass. Damn, Tina. Rolling Stone ranked her among the 100 greatest artists of all time. She has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. She was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice, once in 91 as a solo artist, and then in 2005, once with Ike in 91, and then a solo artist in 2021. And then the 2005 recipient of the Kennedy Honors Award. So Tina's pretty badass. Bow down to Tina. So the kids are now escaping, and they're listening to the record. It's 1:25:05 on the timestamp with 20 minutes left. So here they're on the little train getting back. They got to meet up with the gyro captain so he can fly them out of here, right? Bones says a few hours later. Yeah, Bones loves when I go into my deep dives of folks. Thoughts on What's Love Got to Do with it? Tina Bionic with Lawrence Fishburne. Lawrence Fishburne also got that was one of his big roles that got him really on the map too, was playing Ike in that. It's hard to believe you can play an abusive husband and be that popular from it. Mike's DVD Blu-ray collection. Welcome, Mike. Nice to have you here. Yes, she is. Russell. Hello, Mike. Yeah, Mike's good people. I believe Mike's been around in most of these chats I've been in. Might go tomorrow. They're showing up. Inframan at Don Mago. Oh, yeah, that's right. Because that was always cool. You would you break down. You go for the walk. You hear the Nate narration of what's playing. So here, old buddy is total the what's his name? Screw loose, but it's Scrooloose. So now this is full on Mad Max. They're riding the car along the train tracks, and everybody's in the cars chasing with them. Once again, like in Road Warrior, the big section with the car chase, or Fury Road, which is all a big section of a car chase, basically. There's like 10 minutes that isn't. And Screw Loose is insane, and he's driving a frying pan as a steering wheel. Good for him. You need to make a shirt with that, Bones. What did he say? Where can the lay shirt and sock? No Chick-fil-A sauce. You can wear the lay shirt and say no Chick-fil-A sauce. All right. Wow. That one took me a minute to decipher. I ain't got no problem with Chick-fil-A sauce. I might go tomorrow. They're showing information. I read that. You make that shirt on the Bones. Folks are saying hello. Thoughts on what's love got to do with Five and Lawrence Fishburne? Yeah, it was such a big deal. I can't think of anybody else who could have maybe played Tina Turner at that time. That's what I was trying to think of as somebody else. You know what I mean? Basically, Angela Bassett's damn near the only one. If it was a few years later, maybe you could have like Vivica Fox. She's built a little different than Tina, though. That Tina Turner movie broke me. Oh, the What's Love Got to Do with? Yeah, I think that's a good. It sucks to see her get abused. Obviously, I mean, nobody's like, oh, I love her when she gets her ass beat by an asshole. But I think it's a good like empowerment movie for a lot of women who are in bad situations. You know, it's like, damn, Tina became like the queen of rock and roll off of that nonsense. So, you know, stay strong. You never can tell. You might be rolling on a river. That's a cool shot. That's super Fury Road, where the entire horizon of cars is driving at us, and we get like the lead car in the center, and it's coming like right up to the camera. Fury Road was definitely in like a compilation of all the best parts of the other three, particularly Mad Max in this, or Road Warrior in this. Everybody got a mohawk. There must be a sale at Mohawks on a sale on Mohawks at Supercuts. That was a difficult sentence. Wasn't old buddy the little guy Angelo Rosito? Wasn't he in Something Wicked This Way Comes too? I thought. Oh, duh! There it is. First thing I rolled to 1983. Something Wicked This Way Comes. I thought I remembered him. Because he was in Freaks as well, and that's why he's in Something Wicked This Way Comes. That's a good one. We're going to have to do that on the channel at some point. That's one of my faves, like a weird, mediocre-liked film that I love. So here one of the bad guys laid down between the two trains and trying to hold it together, because I'm pretty sure you can just, you know, the strength of your hands will be able to hold two train cars together. So now they've stolen back Master. That was the whole plan, to go kidnap the brilliant dwarf. But now Mel steals him back. He's intercepted the genius, and they're off on a run. And they've got the train-powered car. So they're going to outrun the people on the gasoline-powered. At least that's the logic of this film. Yeah, that's classic train heist stuff, where the pipe that spins out and somebody's hanging from it along the side. The old like Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin type stuff. That was apparently George Miller's like biggest influence on all of these. He wanted to do like old Harold Lloyd, Buster Keaton, Charlie Chaplin silent film antics, which is crazy when you see these movies like these post-apocalyptic punk rock, you know, insane wild people movie. I have a Tina Turner playlist. Great live concerts. Yeah, Tina Turner, she's the queen. Well, you just heard me run through her accolades. They're impressive as hell. I never would have guessed she was the number one money-making artist for women in the 80s. Yeah, I would have gone with Madonna on that one. But Madonna was also big in the 90s too, though. Eat the cake, Anime. May's so sad. Glad she won her court case. Yeah, eat the cake. That was like a Saturday Night Live character. What's his name? Tim, whatever. The guy who played the ladies' man would come on and he would like always just try to shove cake in somebody's face and apologize to him. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. Don't eat the cake. It has rat poison in it. I want my cake. Shh. Don, you need to do a vid of a character of Don Mega. I assume you'd be dressed as a mobster or a pimp. I don't know. I would probably go with like Megatron, Don Mega. Macabro, consult with me on this. Macabro's the master of these multi-universe deals. I still think the Road Warrior is my favorite of all these. Want to see the new one. Yeah, Fury Road and Road Warrior right there. I would say Fury Road maybe a little better because it blew my mind. I had low expectations for it. I didn't think it was going to be good at all. And when it was great, I couldn't believe it. But the Road Warrior feels like an old friend. It's like I watched that so many times growing up. It feels like Star Wars or Indiana Raiders of the Lost Ark or something. So that's pretty slick. We see that Gyro Captain and his son have taken an old car that's up against a hill, and they've burrowed out the trunk, and there's a false bottom in it. So they go into their house and like through the trunk of an old destroyed car, an old junked out car. They got a whole lair down there. I bet it's got to smell like farts. It looks like it smells like farts. Echo Zero. We can make that shirt, but I'm sure we would get a small lawsuit later. Worth it. Yeah, the Chick-fil-A people have no sense of humor. Rolling on a river, rolling a doobie. Rolling. They can't trademark Chick-fil-A. See the word manipulation? Lemonia, I just saw your shout out. That is so dope. What about feeling lay? Thanks, Hobbs. Well, that's nice. Someone left the cake out in the rain. I don't think I can take it because it looks so long to bake it. Russell's always got these dope little poems waiting for us. Someone left the cake out in the rain. I don't think I can take it because it took so long to bake it, and I'll never have the recipe again. MacArthur Park by Richard Harris. Once again, Russell lyrics. Hobbs horror. I do wonder sometimes why, in the name of God, if Tina's pain was so well, do people like Rihanna and Whitney Houston went into levels of toxic and abusive relationships? Yeah, I could see. I mean, people don't learn from the mistakes. I mean, that's kind of a classic thing with abuse, though. The abused person often thinks they can change the person they're with, or they're off guard by stuff they never saw happen in the past, or whatever. But yeah, I do see the same cycles often over and over again. Major points for the Lemonia one. You don't realize it until you're in too deep, Professor. Exactly. It's like the heroin game. What? Proud Mary is the song. Great when I saw it live. Oh, rolling. Italian cinema has some great Mad Max inspired movies. Yeah, they did a lot of between zombies and Mad Max. The Italians pretty much had like a decade of movies to make. But they did the same thing in like the 60s and the 70s with those old spaghetti westerns, and those were some of the best ones. So yeah, the Italians, they're in the same boat that I kind of talk about. I was talking about Bollywood with somebody earlier. It's like they do sort of like their version of we do here, but they notice different things as being important. So like their version is sort of surrealistic and kind of crazy. They do innovative stuff that we don't do, and I don't know if that's on purpose or they're just getting it wrong. But either way, it's awesome. What? ¿Qué? What? ¿Qué pasa? Tina and Cher are our favorite female singers. Oh, they're pretty damn good. Can't go wrong with Cher. Gypsies, Tramps, and 3. Don, notice me. I will. Quesadilla. What did you say, Professor? Did I miss something besides Italian cinema? Or Professor, you want me to notice you? Baby, I'm sorry, man. Have some cake. What? Okay. Got real little John in here real quick. When I was a kid, I used to think Tina would say, "What's love, Dr. Dr. Doolittle?" That makes sense. I was up on a kid as a private dancer, your dancer for money. That's a stripper song, right? I'm assuming it's from old back in the day when you would go down to the dance hall and you'd pay some gal a quarter to dance with you all night or something. Probably 5 cents. But I don't know. It feels like a stripper song to me. Girl. I love Cher, Russ. Lay meow. Meow. It's been a while since I've seen any of the Mad Max movies. Is this the Mad Max sequel where a character gets hit in the face with a frying pan, then the character loses some teeth? I think it might be. I think that was when Screw Loose had his pan out that he was trying to use as a steering wheel. And I still want the backstory on the gyro captain's son. I insist the mom must be that aerobics lady from Road Warrior. So now all the bad guys have gotten into a huge crash, and once again, our heroes are the people Max is trying to help are leaving and flying away, and there's Max broken down and beaten. That's how the other one ended. Max, you got to learn to quit trusting people. Caring for others is your downfall, Mel. Pap. Russell, I'm going to smoke. Let's smoke sometime. I have a cart. Oh, these guys going outside. Oh, that was awesome. You see the hand poke out from underneath the wreckage just because it's a bird. Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves. You hear from people in town, they call us. That's the jam, actually. Gypsies, Tramps, and Thieves. That one, somebody needs to redo that one. Where's Taylor Swift or whoever when you need them for that shit? So here, Tina sees Max. She walks up. She says, "Well, ain't we a pair, Raggedy Man?" And Tina gets off on her little getaway scooter and says goodbye. Wow, her car's dope. It's like an old like a Caterpillar truck or something, but then it's got like a rocket booster on the back, like the Batmobile. And another film where we just pull away from Max, like he's been put through the ringer and really has nothing to show for it. Instrumental music. There's the gyro or the whatever. The gyro captain moved up. He's got like a little, like, I don't know what do you even call those, some sort of like single person World War II plane or something. I don't know what those are. Looks like something maybe you'd use for skydiving. So you can tell that's his son because they have the same pith helmet. Pap sounds good. Oh, see, bollock's good. Okay. They ate pasta and pew-pew guns. What did I miss? Oh, what on earth is a spaghetti western? Okay, I saw Jeff had a video about it. And Lemonia says they eat pasta and pew-pew guns. Gotcha. Yeah, man, a lot of times directors in other countries, they watch our movies because America, for all of its faults, we make movies better than anybody. So a lot of folks in other countries will watch American films and then make their version of an American film. So you see lots of like knockoffs of things we do here, except they do it slightly different. It makes it their own thing. Now that filmmaking's worldwide and everybody has access to the technology now, it's more of a worldwide art form, I should say. But for a long time, America was really the primary at making entertainment films. A lot of other countries did experimental art films, and the Russians in particular advanced stuff. So in the 70s, the Italians did a lot of spaghetti westerns, they called them. They were westerns directed by Italian people, spaghetti westerns. But that's like all that Clint Eastwood stuff, Sergio Leone and all that. And then in the 80s, you get a lot of, like, as I was saying, zombie knockoffs and Mad Max knockoffs, post-apocalyptic stuff. I gotta be careful with all these multisyllabic words. My tongue keeps tripping over itself. So here's the epilogue, where the story is now being passed on once again. It's English dubbed westerns, May. Yeah, no, I was just referencing Fury Road and one of my teeth chromed. Notice me. Oh, that's what you wanted. My bad, Professor. To Valhalla you go. Russell, cool, thanks, Don. Except for the main actors. I watched the movie Mask with Cher last night. I feel some kind of way about it today. Not sure what to think. What was the baseball card? Rube Walker, or what was his name? Mask was a wild movie. That's a heavy drama. You kind of only need to see it a couple times. I don't know anybody who's like, oh, I love Mask. I've seen it 50 times. Because it's heavy. You feel bad for Eric Stoltz. So there, Mad Max walks off once again at dusk. This movie always takes place at golden hour. And then it says for Byron at the end. And that's Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Oh, we get to play our favorite game now of you may also like. If you liked Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, you might also like Mad Max Fury Road, which will be our next feature here on this channel. So if you'd like to watch that with us, be sure to subscribe. Be sure to like today. Be sure to share. Be sure to do all sorts of stuff. Put your right foot in. Put your right foot out. The original Mad Max 2, Escape from L.A. Interesting. I can see that. Time Bandits. Sure. Let me see here. Doomsday. Yeah, of course. Gangs of New York. I just don't get. They did that last time. I guess because it's old-timey gang stuff. Predators. No. RoboCop. No. I guess just the future. Aliens. Red Dawn. A little bit. I guess living in a war-torn. Terminator Salvation. I can see that. It's the most Mad Maxy of all the Terminator movies. Wolverine's Origins. Hellboy Golden Army. There you go. Hang 'em High. RoboCop, New World, Triple X, Expendables 3, Rambo, RoboCop 2, Fist of Dollars. There you go again, man. Die Another Day, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly for a few dollars more. And Cyborg. Yeah, I guess I could see Cyborg in conjunction to Mad Max. That makes sense. Well, that was Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Hey, I see our friend Professor, my man, the Horror Cat Dad is here. Let's see here. Except for the main actors, the dubbed stuff. I watched movie Mask last night. Rocky Dennis. 2 men enter the Horror Cat Dad, my friend. Nice to see you, Larry. I hope I didn't just knock you back under your chair. 2 a.m. Oh, that's right. It's Memorial Day. I was wondering why Larry was up. Why are all of you up? 15 people in here already. We just finished watching Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome. Feel free to catch the replay. I usually put chapters in later if you want to catch it tomorrow. Mask rocks, Hob. I love that one. 1 hour leaves. 2 men enter. 1 hour leaves. Whoo. Yes, the Rocky Dennis story got me all kind of messed up today. Yeah, it makes you, I don't know. I think it's a good lesson for jerks too. Like, you see somebody who's struggling like that, and it's easy to kind of just be an ass to them. And it's like, dude, how would you like it if you had to live your life like that? Especially Rocky, where he's got like a shortened lifespan and all that. I don't know. A lot of movies in the 80s trying to teach jerks to behave. It really didn't work all that well. Into Who's? I've never seen that one, Hobbs. Hey, Larry and friends. Nice to have you here, Larry. Larry today was on JT's Horror Discussions interviewing Ted Nicolau. So I recommend you go over to JT's Horror Discussions and check out Larry doing that. Otherwise, Larry was once again my tag team partner when we were on Sean's channel the night before watching Alien. So, and the day before we were on Larry's channel on Into House. Me and Larry, we're inseparable, I say. I love Sam Elliott, and Sam Elliott's, he's great and everything. Big Pat Benatar fan since I heard her and lead guitarist husband as a teen. Hit me with your best shot. Damn good performance by Stoltz. Mask is really sad ending. Yeah, that's one of the things with Mask. Like when I think of it fondly, and it's a memorable movie, so it's clearly well made and it tells a good story and everything. But yeah, it's a bummer. Gyro Captain from Road Warrior isn't the same character as the Jedediah pilot Beyond Thunderdome. So it is a different guy, because they do that in some of these things. They say that some of the characters are the same and aren't the same and carry over, and because he doesn't look the same because he has the sun. But it doesn't make sense that the same actor would be playing the same exact character. But yeah, I did see his name is Jedediah the pilot, not Gyro Captain. Bruce Spence. Shout out to him. Let me see. Hello, Larry. Hello, Larry. Everybody loves Larry, the horror cat dad. Eric Stoltz was great in Mask. Stoltz, indeed. George Miller, who directed Road Warrior and Beyond Thunderdome, said they're not the same character. I would figure as much. It makes sense that they're not, but that's bizarre that he would do that then. You know what I mean? Like, why do you need to have him be the captain then? Everybody's going to associate him as the same character, the guy that flies around. And when he shows back up, like I say, it's hard not to think about whether that kid of his is from the aerobics instructor. Mask is drama? I thought Jim Carrey was hilarious in that. Smoking. Professor, they made a movie called Mask based on a true story in the 80s. Oh, Echo, don't be ruining Professors. You got to yes and the improv. I was thinking the same thing, Professor. Love the film Wildlife with Eric Stoltz and Chris Penn. He does love him some Wildlife. We know that. Another movie. It's still early. It is 2:11. Another amazing stream, Don. I hope you'll have an amazing Memorial Day. Well, I thank you, Professor. You too, Professor. Professor, have a great holiday. We already had ours in Canada. I'm a Canadian night owl. Yeah, you are. What's strike? It is on Tubi. Let me see. How long is Strike Commando? An hour and a half? I can't. Actually, I think what I'm going to do tonight is watch Pearl. I saw Pearl is now on Amazon Prime. I've seen X, but I've never seen Pearl, and I want to get caught up before I see Maxine. So I think I may do that, and then tomorrow I may be back here again to watch Fury Road with you guys. That's what one would think. At least what one hopes. But I do agree you are a Canadian Night Owl. And I thank you all for joining me so much. The usual cast of awesome folks. It was nice to see folks in here. Mike says Pearl is good. I'm glad. I was thinking about giving it a watch. I like Matt X, but I'm curious. Glad I got to catch all the cool kids live for one of these. Well, we're happy to have you all here. I started early. I forgot tomorrow was Memorial Day and everybody had off. Usually Sunday nights are the dead streams, so I went a little bit early. Great stream as always. Thank you, man. Thank you for standing up for my stream earlier against other streams. By God, you are awesome. Have a great night, kids. I thank you all for coming so much, and I hope to see you again for more streams. And be sure to hit that like. And I wish all of you green grass and high tides forever. Adios, my friends.